Hey everybody, Jeff Mackerlin here, and today I'm going to show you how you can spice up playing over a major chord or a major 7th chord. Now, if you're anything like me, for a really long period of time, when I came across something like this chord progression, which is just a vamp on a C major 7 chord, something that you hear a bit more jazzy or fusion, and definitely in pop music too, in R&B, you're going to have this major 7th chord a lot. So the proper scale, I guess, that you could play over that would be a C major scale. Now, it doesn't sound bad, but if I listen to each notes individually, I can hear which notes will sound best and which notes will not really sound that great. Of course, the notes that are going to sound best are going to be chord tones. But if I listen to this chord, C major 7, C, E, G, B, and I play my C major scale, C, D, the D would be the 2 or the 9. So this gives you a really kind of cool sound that we can get, this sort of like, that's really pretty. So the 9 sounds great, that D sounds great, the E is the 3rd of the chord, so that sounds cool. Now how about this F? It's a 4th. Let's hear that C major chord, or C major 7. Oof. That F is pretty sour. I don't like the sound of that. Most people don't. It sticks out like a sore thumb, if you ask me. Let's keep going. Well, the G is next. That's part of the C major 7 chord, C, E, G. A is really nice. It's like a 6 on the scale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're playing a C6, 9 chord here. Sort of the overall sound of this track as well. That sounds great. And the B is really cool. That's the 7th of the chord. And we're back to our root. So the only note that to me is really kind of funky is the F natural. So what can we do? First thing is you can change the F to an F sharp. That gives us a C Lydian scale. You might be going, Jeff, all these modal names, I'm out. Ugh. Let's play all the notes of C major and then add in an F sharp as opposed to an F. That's simple. So let's check out how that sounds. To me, that sounds infinitely better because each of the notes now actually work over the chord. So I'm going to play the scale over the chord progression just nice and slowly so you can hear how each note sounds. Now if I play C major with an F natural, C Lydian again, the F sharp. So to me, that is much cooler. So what I'm playing is a G major scale. It's a C major scale with a raised fourth. So I'm taking my C major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, right? I'm playing C, D, E, F. I'm going to raise that F up a half step. It becomes a sharp 4. C, D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C. It's really simple. Or shares the same key signature as the key of G major. G major is spelled G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. Now you may be thinking to yourself, wow, okay, we're talking about modes and I don't understand them and they're really annoying and people talk about them and I should know them. You should know them. Of course, you should know everything on the guitar. Do I think about modes when I'm soloing? No, but I think about that sound. I know that what notes I can play over C major. C, D, F, G, A, B, C, but the F is a little weird. So I have some choices that I can make that's going to evoke a different sound. When I add in that F sharp, which makes it C Lydian, I'm just hearing this different beautiful sound that I find to be more useful and just sounds cooler, especially over a vamp like this, where you have a little bit more freedom. It's not like a country thing where the Lydian might stick out a little bit. But if the chord progression is a little bit more jazzy, fusion-y, R&B open like this, and it's a major chord, I will almost always choose Lydian in this situation because to me it sounds a lot cooler than Ionian. Just a quick break right here. If you like my channel, please hit the like and subscribe. It really helps out a lot. Also, please go over to JM Guitar Lessons. It's a great way to support the channel. I've got a lot of really cool courses for sale over there. Some links down to special sales down below on my latest course, Pentatonic Creativity. So how would you practice this? Well, the first thing I would do is to take one string at a time. Say if I take my G string, I end up playing a G major scale over, but it sounds like C Lydian when I'm playing it over the C major 7, C6, 9 chord. Let's hear how that's going to sound over the track. Next string. Each string set. So the sound of Lydian is probably a little familiar, isn't it? Definitely the Simpsons theme. Joe Satriani's Flying Through a Blue Dream is based upon Lydian. Steve Vai uses it a lot. Frank Zappa used it a lot. You hear it a lot in soundtracks for movies. That sound of kind of a little dreamy, right? Spacey. So when I hear that, it's very distinctive. I really love this sound. I use it quite a bit, especially in a situation like this. The cool thing also is the more you familiarize yourself with the sound, the more you will hear it in everyday music. You'll be watching a movie and you'll be like, oh wow, that's Lydian right there. I know that sound. That's really, really important because not only does it help you when you hear a chord progression and you wonder what sound you want to put over it, Lydian, you can also use it as something to create music with. You know that sound becomes part of your musical vocabulary and you can draw upon it when you need it. Now modes can go really deep and people get really scared of them really quickly and there's really no reason to. People will say like, oh, I never use modes, I don't think about modes. Well, you know, that's fine. If you want to know the instrument really well, it's important that you understand the modes. Do I write songs around the modes, or do I think about soloing modally? No, it's just another sound that's in my arsenal of things that I can do. Good music comes from just creating good music, and I think it was Duke Ellington said, there's two kinds of music. There's good and there's bad. Also, when you're approaching music, the more you know, the better you will be. It doesn't mean you have to use all that information, but the more you know, the more control and the larger vocabulary you have. It's like anything in life. The more you know about something, the better off you are.